What is up, guys? It's Just Cause here with another video here. It's the week of Heat 5. Heat 5 is about to release in about the time I am recording this. This is the 2nd, so it's coming out 5 days. 5 days. You'll probably not see this until the 3rd. I've said we're going to be reviewing old NASCAR Heat games. Well, luckily here today we got NASCAR Heat 2, the first Heat game that was featured all 3 series. I did a review in the past. It was like a fun review. I didn't really go much into the game. So let's go over the rosters. This was the final year of Dale Jr. Well, Dale Jr. was in the Cup Series. He was in the Xfinity Series in the next game. But look at these. We got Elliott in the 24. Just looking at some of these old cars. Johnson when he still at loads. Eric Jones was in the 40, not 44, but 77. Just looking at these old cars. Michael McDowell with Levine. Back then, Levine was Chevrolet before switching to Toyota. But look at the lineup of drivers here. Old roster. Xfinity Series. These had some classics in here. You had Dakota Armstrong, Byron when he was champion, Chastain, and JD. Cole Custer's old 00 font, which was the weirdest font I've ever seen ever. I will admit that. Brendan Gaughan, Jeff Green, Mike Harmon, Kevin Harvick, Daniel Hemrick in the 21 for RCR. Just looking, Brandon Jones in RCR before going to Gibbs. They had a whole bunch of Cup drivers in Xfinity in this season, which kind of annoyed a lot of people when it came to the game, because it annoyed a lot of people that I think there was like 6 or 7 Cup drivers. Like, hold on, let's count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. So far we're at 4. I think there's more. So far we're at 4. 5, 6. So far we're at 6. 7. Yeah, we had 7 Cup drivers in the game. At the time, people didn't really like it because, you know, they wanted Cup drivers to stay in Cup and then Xfinity can stay in Xfinity, you know. So, yeah, they didn't really like it. So, I think we're going to go to the Truck Series. So, we will be rating the game out of 10 qualities, okay? This is how we're going to rate the game. Okay, and I'm thinking this on the fly because I didn't pre-plan this. So, when you get a piece of paper out, we're going to be giving it ratings. Okay, we're going to be judging the game off of gameplay. We're going to be judging the game off gameplay, DLCs, because DLCs are a big part of these games now that, you know, you might want to look up and look at. And this is going to be out of 10, so we're going to have a 100 score at the end of the game. At the end of the review, it will be out of 100. Game will be rated out of 100. We will be also rating rosters, graphics, out of 10, career, what career mode is like. So far it's 50. That would be combined to 50. That's 5. We will also be going by multiplayer, because now multiplayer is a big reason behind games. Um, Game modes, which is extra modes in the game that's outside career mode and single player and multiplayer. We also will be looking at, I'll have to kind of go more in depth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm thinking stuff on the fly. I'm sorry, I'm thinking stuff on the fly. I need to make it 100 count. AI. Actually, AI, yeah. AI would also be a thing. That would be 80. Tracks. Tracks and the paint booth. Paint booth is also a key feature. So, 10 ratings. Let's get into it. Let's first go over rosters. Since it's the most easiest thing, we already went over rosters. We haven't gone through trucks yet, so let's go through the truck rosters. This was plagued with multiple NASCAR Next drivers. I mean, this roster was just plagued with NASCAR Next drivers. Like, look, when you would go by, you would be like, okay, who I want to drive it? You just see Haley Deegan, and she's not even in a truck series. And you're like, I don't want to drive as Haley. I want to drive as a truck driver. And you just keep scrolling through, and then you hit another NASCAR Next driver, Riley Herbst, and you're like, I don't want to drive Riley Herbst. I want to drive someone else. I want to drive an actual truck driver, but I don't know what I want. This guy, who I don't even know how to say his name, comes up. There's so many plagued with NASCAR Next drivers. I'm also deducting points off Truck Series because they did not have Johnny Sauter in the game. Remember, this was the first year of trucks, and you couldn't add what Johnny Sauter's got 2 or 3 truck championships. You couldn't add him into the game. They only had 1 GMS truck in the whole game, and that was Justin Haley. Everything else, paint schemes are kind of there was not very much. There was 62 paint schemes in the game. No, there was 60 paint schemes in the game. Just completely atrocious. Truck series gets knocked off. I already talked about the Xfinity series. 7 Cup drivers, that gets knocked off. Just because you have 7 Cup drivers. That's already points taken off. Cup Series, very solid roster, kinda. They didn't give a lot of underfunded teams enough paint schemes that they should have. Like how DJ Kennington didn't even run this scheme, the 500, but they didn't even add his 500 car in. You know, they kind of like undersold. Like they kind of like, and they gave Michael McDowell 2 schemes when he ran more than 2 schemes, and he ran a lot of beautiful schemes. So, looking at the Cup roster is pretty much the only thing carrying. I wouldn't have put Elliott Sadler in the Cup Series. I'm sorry. Reed Sorensen maybe, but Reed Sorensen ran plenty more cars than just a black car. Cody Ware, maybe. Like, there's a lot of questionable decisions here that they made, but the Cup roster is fine. Right now, we are going to give the Cup. We're going to give the roster 6 out of 10. The only reason it gets a 6 is because mostly Cup. Otherwise, I wouldn't give it anything. DLC. Since we're already on the topic of rosters, DLC. This was a huge year. This was a huge year for Xfinity and trucks because you got 3 series now. How do you intro the series? Well, first off, let's look at the facts, and I'm about to pull it up on my phone. I did review this in the NASCAR Heat 5 expectations. This was a question. Will we get schemes for Xfinity and trucks? 68 schemes. Okay, my bad. There were 68 schemes in trucks. I had to look up the facts. 142 Xfinity schemes and 367 schemes for Cup. 29 throwbacks, 12 Xfinity throwbacks. And they had a perspective of playoff cars. The problem is trucks did not get a lot of paint schemes, which is kind of bad and also kind of sad as well. So, you know what, DLCs, there was 100+ cars in a DLC, in most DLCs. So, you know what, give it credit. This is the best DLC I've seen through all the Heat games. Throughout Heat 2, Heat 3, and Heat 4, this is the best DLC I've seen. I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9. This was a great... They had great DLCs. Never mind the 2018 update, which counts as a DLC. And they did great with the 2018 update. As I reviewed it in my last episode, the 2018 update had the original Charlotte Roval layout before there was the current layout we have. So, you know, they helped out a lot. So not this gets a 9. This definitely gets a 9. 9 on the DLC. Career mode. We might as well hop into career. Let's give career.
NASCAR's biggest stars of today have worked their way up to the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series by way of the other 2 national series.
How I got my start into the NASCAR ranks is there was a small team my dad was driving for in 2012, Tommy Bolden Racing, and we started in an Xfinity car that year and ran a handful of races. And a couple races in, Brad Keselowski came up to me and asked what my plans were. He had an opening in his truck team at the time, so I signed with them in the middle of 2012.
The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series is fast-paced and exciting, full of young drivers who are hungry to get behind the wheel and show car owners and sponsors what they can do. From there, to borrow a baseball analogy, the NASCAR Xfinity Series is like the AAA Series for NASCAR. It's where many of the top drivers really made a name for themselves before finally moving on to the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series.
Things just kept snowballing to the Wood Brothers now. So just really fortunate to get some great starts along the way and meet some great people to get opportunities to break through into NASCAR.
Now, it's your turn. You've proven you have some talent behind the wheel at the local track level, but you just need your big shot.
Hi, I'm Brad Keselowski. I've been watching you out on the racetrack, and you've made some impressive moves. NASCAR needs more drivers like you. I hear you want a shot in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. I don't have a seat available in my trucks, but I know a few contacts that might be able to help you out. Let me see if I can make you a few calls.
Okay. We got a little problem here, Brad. First off, this is the first year career. Well, not technically for all 3 series. They had to figure out some way you would start in trucks, get to Xfinity. This was mediocre at best. So we'll check for offers. And I think it was the first 3 weeks you would get guaranteed an offer. Grant Infinger, I guess, won the truck race at Daytona. Next week, I think it was the second week and maybe the third week you were definitely offered truck rides. And this was the year that they had money. They had money, but they did nothing with the money though, which was kind of confusing. Because you would earn money, but you couldn't spend the money. You couldn't own a team at this time, so it kind of sucked a lot. We're also going to judge gameplay and graphics here. So we're rating like 3 things at once here. We're going to be rating gameplay, graphics, and career. So okay, so oh my god, the graphics are awful. I totally forgot how awful these graphics are. Oh, these graphics are awful. Oh my god, this is just the opening screen and they're awful. Okay, let's skip practice session. I want to go straight into qualifying.
Alright, get your marks. Go, 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 go.
Okay. US stability off. So we will be... I don't know what the settings are, so... I don't know what the settings are, so I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to get those settings. Let's get a hot lap going. Oh my god, the turning. Oh my god. The graphics are just atrocious. This is something I would expect in a PS2 game. I think there's been better graphics from a PS2 game. Like, look at the distance. It's all blurry and shit. Look how blurry it is further. If you look further ahead, look how blurry it is. It is blurry. It's so blurry. Like, God, it's so pixelated. I don't even know how anybody ran this. It shocks me how I can run it right now. I'm kind of sliding up the racetrack. Okay, coming by to finish my lap. 23rd. Okay. Okay, graphics are already getting like a 3. Okay. The graphics are getting a 3. I'm sorry. 3. Graphics are getting a 3. I'm sorry. That's atrocious. That's just straight up atrocious. Oh, I accidentally gave career mode a 3. Hold on, I accidentally gave career mode a 3. Hold on. Graphics get a 3. I'm sorry, graphics get a 3. I'm sorry, that's atrocious. That's atrocious. Okay.
Ready.
No pre-race invitation, no pre-race stuff, so that's already knocked off. I've not looked at... hold on, I gotta fix something real quick. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're starting 23rd, 5-lap race. We're right behind time. Oh my god. Remember, there was no presets at this time, so you couldn't choose a preset and go with it. You were basically on a tight. You were basically preset 1 would be in Heat 4. AI or fucking... Right now, they're just racing. They're checking up majorly. I'm trying to get by them, and they're checking up. Oh god, the truck is very tight. The spotter is basically useless. Oh god. Damn, that contact. Okay, AI is not really much. They're just trying to get to the bottom lane. It looks like, so... It's not like Heat 4 where they can run multiple lanes. They're just trying to get to the bottom. And, oh, shit, I forgot about the apron. The apron glitch is poor. Oh, God. The slightest contact just sends your car. So... Slightest contact just sends your car, by the way, like that also sucks. The slightest contact sends your car, look. The trucks are literally running the apron. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. The AI is running the apron. How are they not wrecking it? They are literally running the apron. And I'm not even joking. They're running the apron in turn 1 and 2. Wow, look at... We're going to try and point out a truck here. Look at Stuart Friesen. He has all 4 tires. We're close to having all 4 tires underneath the yellow line. You are... The engine noise is cancer, too. Oh my god. The engine sound. Look at that. Joe Nemechek. Wendell Chavis with 2 tires under the yellow line. Like I'm saying it like it's like Daytona or something. 22nd. Gameplay. I hated how presets that we didn't have presets, so you know you had to be on a fixed setup. AI, let's look at the AI even more, because it looks like they're just trying to run the bottom. So, who even won the race? Christopher Bell. Okay, Christopher Bell won from pole. Okay. Also, another issue I'm having with this game. Another issue I'm having is that career mode's I think was lackluster in this game. Oh yeah, I got top 25, keep up next season. Like I said, you have money, but you can't do anything. And then this Twitter thing. Oh my god, this is cringy. Look, Air just cause heard you're looking for a team to sign with next season. I just want to say good luck. It's competitive out there. Hashtag Hot Seat Challenge at John Hunter Nemechek. Like I care. So you basically sat here for hot seats for, I think, your first season. They went to Martinsville. They completely skipped over Vegas. They completely skipped over Vegas, went to Martinsville, and Austin Cindric won that race. They completely just skipped Vegas, went to Martinsville. Kansas. Hot seat offer for Kansas. No offers. Yeah, so basically you just sat here for like the first TJ Bell. What? Fucking TJ Bell won a race. Okay. Okay, Charlotte. I think Charlotte, you always got an opportunity at Charlotte. I remember that. Rick Ware Racing for the number 12, top 25. Okay. So career mode. We're gonna review the gameplay in AI, but right now career mode's it's kind of dry. It's kind of boring. Career mode, I'm gonna give you a 4. A 4 on the career mode. Okay, I'm trying to still figure out the gameplay, because the gameplay and the AI were racing below the apron. They literally entered into the turn with half their car on the apron. I remember this gameplay was horrible. I remember that. Gameplay was horrible. AI were horrible. The slightest contact sends you. I mean, the slightest contact sends you. The apron glitch was like horrible. The controls feel really stiff. They also feel like if you turn too much, you're gonna like spin the car out. I just fucked up my fucking... I just fucked up my warm-up lap. Oh my god, the grass physics. Oh my... Okay, grass physics are horrible. I also gotta remember that if you hit the grass, you're going around. I remember that. You hit the grass, you're going around. Oh my god, it's tight. It's fucking tight. Oh my god. I feel like, oh god, and it's like oversteering too. 22nd. Okay, at least we're consistent. Start race. Yeah, there's no pre-race stuff, which is kind of bland. Now, career mode didn't have anything enticing. Look at the restart I did. Holy, I should be black flag. And fucking Mike Snyder just threw me in the wall.
Inside still there.
Mike Snyder just threw me into the wall with no fucks given.
Get to the bottom. Hold your line. Outside's clear.
I gotta go. Yeah, there's no, like, variety here. They're like... AI was stupid.
Inside is on your bumper.
Hey, Dress Waffle. Oh my god.
All clear, driver. Inside, good drive off here.
Yeah, look. Am I clear?
All clear now.
Oh, you say I'm clear? Oh, no.
Get out there.
See, look how much the spotter, like, fucking doesn't know anything? Like, literally, he told me I was clear as though I came down. Correct? Jennifer Joe Cobb. Like, okay, AI are stupid, so spotter is stupid. I'm just stalled out side by side with the window chatting.
Get out there.
Now where's Myatt Snyder? Because I'm gonna dump his ass. Hold on. Oh yeah, there was no rival system. Just remember. Oh yeah, that apron glitch is, oh my god. Look, they're just checking up for like no reason.
Hold your line.
And look, I'm just stalled out.
There's still a car out there.
Oh, I gotta reckon Myatt Snyder.
Stay high. Easy.
You're telling me I cannot turn Myatt Snyder. You are... I remember this game now. This game, you drove like a feather while the AI drove like a brick. Okay, AI. Okay, we're gonna judge the AI in gameplay. Gameplay gets a 4 because apron glitch sucks. Steering feels stiff. The tracks don't feel like any realistic, or anything. Gameplay gets a 4. AI gets like a 2. They're idiots. All they know is basically just go to the bottom and then just drive. And then never mind, I was clearly on the outside of Myatt Snyder, and then Myatt Snyder just completely just fucking wrecks himself. Or just wrecks me into the wall. Ben Rhodes won the race. But he wrecks me into the wall. But when I try and wreck him, his car was like a brick, while my car was a fucking feather. Just flew me into the wall. So, that's gameplay. AI, like I said before, AI is basically stupid, too. Tracks. Oh, tracks. Every track was mostly low lane. I remember that. Tracks were mostly low lane. Road courses and Martinsville were pretty good. A hot seat offer for what race? I don't even know what race this is. I think it's Iowa. Offer received. Okay, we're gonna exit out of career mode. We're just gonna exit out. Okay. So career mode. No, career mode sucked. Tracks. No, we had a variety of tracks in this game. Especially, let's check out trucks first. Trucks had a variety of tracks. You had Atlanta, you had Bristol, Canadian Tire. You know, you had everything on the truck schedule. Eldora, which I love Eldora. Yeah, we have a variety. Not really much of a variety, but still a variety. Eldora was probably the track everybody raced at a lot. Like I said, physics-wise at Eldora, I remember you didn't slide. You were basically just like racing at. It felt like you were just racing on an asphalt racetrack with bumps. That's all it felt like. So, you know, it didn't feel good at all. Gateway was hell. Homestead was hell. Iowa was decent. Kansas was one of the best tracks in the game because you can actually run the high side here. Kentucky was hell. Vegas was hell. Martinsville was pretty good. Michigan was pretty good. New Hampshire was pretty good. Phoenix was pretty good. Pocono was pretty decent. Talladega, the restrictor plate racing was very off because, it didn't feel like actual restrictor plate racing. But it felt more like NASCAR Thunder-ish plate racing. So, Texas was good. Atlanta, like I loved Atlanta, but like I said, the AI, bro, the AI. Bristol was trash. Bristol would have a glitch, and it also was in Heat 3, but Bristol would have a glitch where you got loose if you ran the middle lane. You would have to run higher bottom. Canadian Tire was pretty good. Charlotte, which I just ran, was pretty good. Chicagoland was pretty good. Daytona, like I said, same thing with Talladega. Dover was pretty good. It was pretty good for me, at least. But, yeah, most of these tracks were horrible. Like I said, Gateway was horrible. Homestead was horrible. Iowa was decent. Kentucky was trash. Vegas, your car wouldn't turn unless you had it, like, on 47 wedge. So, go to Xfinity. Xfinity, same thing for the tracks that I just met. Auto Club was pretty good, I do remember. Bristol was same. Charlotte was same. Chicagoland. Darlington was complete trash. It was so narrow. Like, you could barely fit 2 cars. You couldn't fit 2 cars. You would try and run the apron, but no matter what, you would spin out. The Darlington was just completely horrible. Indy has been trash for 3 games. I'm sorry. They have not figured out Indy. Indy was trash. So, Iowa was actually kind of decent Xfinity cars, I do remember. Kansas, again, the best track in the game. Kentucky and Vegas are about the same, that you cannot turn whatsoever. Michigan was pretty good. Mid-Ohio, I do remember Mid-Ohio briefly because I rarely raced at Mid-Ohio, but it was pretty good. Road courses in Martinsville, which you would need stability now for just to run them. All right, we're pretty good in Heat 2. New Hampshire was a pretty good. Actually, Xfinity and Cup cars in Pocono were pretty good. Richmond, that was a very fun track to race at in Heat 2 for me. Richmond was pretty good, the fun racetrack. Road America was fun to race at. Talladega was the same. Watkins was pretty fun to race at as well. On to Cup. Cup, basically, like I said, the same majority of tracks. Like I said, same thing for every track here. That's basically... Martinsville was pretty good. Sonoma was pretty good. This was before the carousel was added, so... It was still pretty good, though. This was the old layout. So, for tracks, the bottom lane was mostly predominant, which I'm going to have to give it a couple points off because the bottom lane was mostly dominant for most racetracks. But road courses in Martinsville took a lot of skill. Kansas was you can use the high side. Restrictor plates, like I said, was just low lane, so that's going to be points. For tracks, I'll give it a 7. They did pretty good in tracks in this game. They did pretty good on the tracks in this game. We got 3 more categories left, so let's knock them out. Game modes. These are modes outside of multiplayer, quick race, and career. So you basically had 2 other things. That was championship and challenge. Championship was basically, let's select this, and then, you got the next race, whatsoever. Okay, that was basically it. That was championship. It's basically season mode. Challenges, you got to play challenges, you got to do this. After, when you're finished, you got a video telling you how to run the track, okay, so yeah, but that was it. You couldn't really, there was not really other modes whatsoever. So, other modes, game modes are gonna I'm sorry, but game modes is getting a 3. That it's horrible. Horrible how we don't have any other modes in the game except for challenge and championship. And there's no variety in any of them either. Multiplayer. Let's test out multiplayer. Let's see if we can get on a multiplayer lobby. If multiplayer lobby 1 is still up. So I'm actually going to see if we can get somebody in a lobby with us. I want to see if we can get somebody in a multiplayer lobby with us. Let's see. Let's first look over the lobby. That's, oh my god. I guess it worked out for the time. This is atrocious. Oh my god. Oh, we got somebody. We got somebody. Hey, we got somebody. Hold on, let me look at something real quick because I just got a message. And the guy left. What the fuck? Yeah, let me change the track to Daytona. How about that? How about we'll change it to Daytona. See how we get our guy in here. Can we get somebody in the lobby? Come on. Come on, boys. Come on. Yeah, see, this is what sucks about reviewing old games with multiplayer is that you can't get, like, you can't find people on, find people online, so that's what sucks about multiplayer reviewing old games is that it's either you're gonna have to go off muscle memory or you gonna have some trouble. You go this 8:30. Okay, whatever race. Sorry, I got a text message from one of my friends talking about league racing. We just played a sit and wait game. That's what we gotta do. We gotta play the sit and wait game. Refresh. We're gonna have to create another lobby. Let's bring a popular track to Talladega. Well, let me look at something. It's got really low team. The guy that popped up in the lobbies on Fortnite. Damn. Well, oh shit. Well, we could wait. See if we can get somebody, or I can try and get. Well, I don't think we're gonna get multiplayer. Somebody in multiplayer, so we'll try. We'll try at the end of the video. We'll try. We'll try. We'll just give it that much. We'll try. Now, custom car. This was the. This was the custom car. This was the paint booth, basically. I'm gonna say it. This was basically the paint booth. You had only 4 numbers. You had the 8, you had the 28, you had the 36, and you had the 99. You had colors to put in your number. We're gonna create one real quick. Let's just put blue. Why not? And we'll put, how about a lighter shade of blue? Okay, so I'll give them that much on the color. The schemes, though, this is where like, look at this. This justice. Most of these schemes you can currently find on Heat 4. Most of these schemes. Okay, let's make a classic. Let's make a good but a classic. Base. Make it black. There we go. And then I think you had a limited number of paint schemes. You had to wait until this came all the way around. But you had multiple different assortment of sponsors. You did have, like, you could put NASCAR Heat on the car. You could do this, like all these. You could do like flags. I think these were countries. For some reason they have, or I think these are states maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, these are more flags. I think these were state flags that they had in the game. I think they're state flags. Yeah, you can tell they're state flags, so you can even put state flags on the game. Or you just had a random assortment of sponsors in the game. We'll just put like a random one on. For example, we'll just put on. I would like the sponsor that goes with it. We'll put on Florida Lottery. And then you can put sponsors on the deck lid. You could put it on the, it's something called a rear TV, which is basically the rear bumper. Yeah, it was basically the rear bumper. So, and then the wheel well would be the little mini sponsors right here. Rear quarter panel, which was basically where the other sponsor would be. So let's put that there. And then there was like a rim spot. There were basically default rim paints to put on your car. So, and then you just save paint job, and there you go. There's your paint scheme. There was your paint booth. And it's getting a fucking 4. It's getting a 3, actually. No, not a 4, a 3. We're going to give it a 3. The reason why I said we're going to give it 3, because there was no creativity. There was only a couple of, preset paint schemes we had about. So, you know, this is paint booth. Whoop-de-doo. Who wants that car in their game? Not me. No, I don't want. Okay, can we see? We'll see if multiplayer can work now. Races ran today. There's 0 active racers on, which looks like we're not going to be able to do a multiplayer review. But all I can give to you is that multiplayer was so fun in this game. The problem was, I think, was with was with I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to like think. There. Let's see the problems. There was a couple problems. Like of course we had traditional lag, which was always a problem. We had traditional lag. League racing was a bitch on this thing. Trying to set up it and then everything. So it was a bitch. But all in all, it was pretty fun. They did pretty good. I'm gonna give them an 8. I'm gonna give them an 8. I'm gonna give them 8 on multiplayer. They did pretty good. Especially with all 3 series, it made it more fun to race. So, time to tally up the results. Now remember, we have reviewed every part of the game. And there's 10, we're ranking every part of the game out of 10. There's 10 things that we looked for. Gameplay was a 4 out of 10. DLC I gave 9 out of 10. Roster 6 out of 10. Graphics 3 out of 10. 4 out of 10 on career. 8 out of 10 on multiplayer. 3 out of 10 on game mode. 2 out of 10 on AI. 7 out of 10 on tracks. And 3 out of 10 on paint booth. It gives you 49 out of 100. So this game is basically an F. It gets a big fat F. This was a total failure. Like, it's better than Evolution, which I'm hoping to review soon if my disc could work. But I hope I review Heat, because this was a step up from Evolution, no doubt. But it still wasn't a good game. I'm gonna give Heat 2 a 49 out of 100. That is a grade of F. So, thank y'all for watching this Heat 2 review, where we reviewed everything about the game. Please comment what you liked about the game and what you disliked about Heat 2 if you ever played it, or you want to just ask some questions down below. That's fine. Please leave a like, please comment, and please subscribe. Because remember, we will be uploading Heat 5 content when Heat 5 comes out. We'll also be streaming Heat 5 on launch day on Twitch. So, thank y'all for watching. Just Cause, signing out. Peace.